So we have a question now, and this is actually two related questions that have to do broadly with family get-togethers in the midst of COVID-19. So one is from Daniel, who asks whether it's safe to have an outdoor wedding. And the other is from David, who has a 2-month-old daughter, and he's getting some family pressure to see the new baby, and he wants to get your thoughts on outdoor visits that would include family members holding the baby.
Well, I hope this is the one area that I can actually be helpful in a positive way tonight. We've talked before about the benefit of outdoor air and the dissipation of the virus into the air, whether it's daytime or nighttime. And with the idea of the infectious dose being part of all this, something we're still working on. We haven't forgotten. We literally work on this every day. But I am absolutely comfortable, and I've shared this and had these discussions with the people working on the infectious dose issue, that this is not, again, a tag-like environment, where if I just walk by somebody, I'm now infected. It is time and dose, meaning I have to breathe in for some period of time a certain amount of the virus before I get infected. And when you're outdoors and you're separated from people at least 10 feet, 10 feet, this is really a very, very low risk situation. So I would do what I've come to do with my own family. Okay. And as everyone in this podcast who's been following it knows, my 5 grandchildren are everything to me. They are everything. Is the matter of it's limited time. So if I were at a wedding, if everyone agrees, it has to be outdoors. You can't have it indoors, part for the reception. You can't have 6 people go in one car to get to the location. But if you basically pot up, if you're already living with someone, they can go in the car with you, etc. If you stay 8 to 10 feet away outdoors, you can be out there, and I think you can attend that wedding. Okay. I don't, however, say that that's going to be easy, because then people, after the event goes on for a while, they get a little closer, they start socializing more. If alcohol gets involved at an outdoor reception, then people start to get closer and closer. If you have little kids there, they don't understand this close thing. What do you mean I got to stay apart? And so I think in that regard, if you can manage that distance, then I think you're fine. As far as the newborn baby, oh my, if I were a grandparent, I'd absolutely want to hold that baby, okay? And so I think that too is fine. 1 minute, hold the baby, enjoy it for everything you possibly can, and then hand the baby back and, make sure that you're distancing again. You don't want the baby handed to 22 people and for the next 30 minutes out there in those arms. But if you did the very limited kind of driveway or backyard kind of encounter, I think this is exactly how we have to get through the pandemic. I think those are very, very low risk situations. And I personally would feel comfortable doing them with my own family. But again, I got to be disciplined about staying a distance. Okay. You can't start to slip. And remember, in the case of the newborn, as well as in the wedding, I have seen far too many situations and have actually personally know people where someone got infected at one of those events. And more often than not, it was a young, healthy individual who was infected, didn't realize it infected grandpa and grandma, or one of the neighbors, an older neighbor, who then got infected and died. That's a challenge. You don't want that to happen. So be mindful of the time and distance, but don't stay away. Don't put a wall up. And you're there to protect your parents or grandparents as much as they're there to protect the baby. And just keep that in mind. And if you do that, I think you'll get the best out of the pandemic you can, at the same time being very responsible and protecting yourselves.